What's up, fellas? I think there's just something special about listening to an advanced lifter talk about things that they really like and that they're really excited about. That's probably honestly the first and foremost thing that's really contributed to me making really good results and continuing to get really good results in the gym. In other words, try to learn from people who are documenting things that they're actually doing in the gym and not things that they think would work well for you. If you want me to make this video a series, just do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to it so that I know that you want to see more. I used to have another series kind of like this, and I have a whole rant about that, man. I started thinking about it and I got pissed. But we're gonna get into 4 other actionable things that I have been doing over a pretty appreciable amount of time, about 6 months or more, depending upon what we're talking about, that I just want to impart to y'all. So that other series, very popular series, very big demand for me to make those videos. These exercises build the most muscle. This video today is supposed to be a sequel to that. The problem with it is that the demand for it was so high that eventually I just started making videos about things that were good pieces of information, but were not reflective of things that I was excited to talk about. It got so bad, it got to the point where I recorded and edited and made a thumbnail for this freaking video. I watched a little bit of it and I'm like, I'm not posting this shit, and I just deleted it, and I haven't made a video in that series since then. Like with most series, there comes a time where you have to evaluate what am I doing with this shit? Am I just making videos just to make them, or am I making things about things that I'm excited about? And today we're in a lot better of a space to talk about things that I think are actually actionable. It's kind of like this, fellas. You ever go into the kitchen and make a freaking sandwich with like 12 ingredients on it, thinking that it's about to be good, and then you take a bite and it's disgusting, so you just feed it to your freaking dogs? It was like that, man. I'm not posting that shit. Which, man, funny story. Speaking about eating, I genuinely look like I ate myself from a year ago. And 3 years ago, a fella commented on an Instagram post where I was doing like press downs or something from like 3-4 years ago. And he was like, man, your arms have really grown since then. It's so embarrassing, I almost wanted to delete it. Brutal self-mogging. The only thing that I could say I had over myself now is that I was slightly less bald. But wow, my God. There's a second thing that really contributed to that brutal self-mogging, and it is picking exercises that are simple enough to the point where it's hard to fudge the form on them, at least to the extent where if your form breaks down a little bit, the exercise is just totally ineffective for targeting the muscles that you want to target. Ultimately, Oonga Boonga is best, and if I can focus on just following my plan, going hard, sleeping hard, eating hard, and not worrying about my technique, that's a better outcome for me. So I pick Meadows curls, which is a curl variation that I got from John Meadows, rest in peace, where it's essentially a lot of the things you get in an incline curl, but it has support for your arms, so it's a lot harder to fudge the movement. I do things like I said, pause squats, camber bar bench as opposed to dumbbell bench press, just to make sure that I don't have to think about achieving the quality or the result that I want from the movement that I'm doing. I can trust that if I do the movement, I'll get the result. Does that fucking make sense, bro? Those are all movements that I have to colossally just flippantly fuck up for them not to do what I need them to do. One more thing that I'll leave y'all with. I'm a big gamer. I'm watching a lot of Tekken 8 videos right now. There's a dude who got his fucking chest caved in by this guy who was using the autopilot controls, meaning like you press a button and it does a combo or a special move for you as opposed to you inputting the combo yourself. The dude still had like good fundamentals, like he was spacing himself out, but this competitive player was fucking just getting destroyed by this guy. It reminds me a lot of playing video games with my younger brothers, by the way. My younger brother sent me this freaking, it was like, I'll probably put a screenshot of it or whatever, but it was like, people see you as Giga Chad, but here's how I see you, fucking Geodude. Just because in the past, he would always talk about how in the past I had chicken legs. And that low key, bro, that was, he torched me, bro. I can't even, and you know, Geodude's fucking bald too. He got me. All I could do was send a stand proud, you're funny. There's nothing you can say to that, man. Have big substantive leg days, not where you just phone in a couple sets of squats and some ham curls. It's like, You're making an intentional and brutal effort to get really big with your leg training, and you're doing a lot of volume as well. I just released my new program from the Beast Slayer series called Beast Slayer Black Swordsman. It's my own personal program that I'm running right now, and it's from the Beast Slayer series that you can find for free on Boost Camp. I'm just releasing templates so that y'all have an idea of how to customize it for yourself. But it's bench focused along with some really, really high intensity, high volume bodybuilding training. I just released Black Swordsman on Patreon for people to beta test. And the number one piece of feedback that I have gotten is that the leg days are brutal. They're a lot of volume. And it's not junk volume either. I buy into, to an extent, what Tom Platz used to say. He was willing to punish his legs to an extent that other people were just not willing to. And it shows in the size of his legs. He's not the quad father for no reason. I'm not gonna grow those suckers without beating them like a redheaded stepchild. It's just the truth, bro. I'm trying to surpass the 28-inch barrier on legs, and I'm simply not going to get that by doing a phoned in 3 sets of whatever the fuck, bumfuck set of squats. I'm doing squats, I'm doing leg press, hack squats, belt squats, Bulgarian split squats, sissy squats, all kinds of shit throughout my different days. So 3 exercises per leg day for quads, and 2 exercises per leg day for hamstrings. That'll be a hip hinge and then like a ham curl. And then I'm blasting calves as well. As I said, it's a lot of volume. It's pretty fun to get a big and jacked upper body. The leg training, in my opinion, is really what's gonna take your physique from good to monstrous. And that's what I'm trying to achieve with mine. One thing I'm gonna leave y'all with that I want you to try past just doing more leg volume in general is try to keep your leg workouts fast paced too. Because here's the thing, with lower body exercises, when you get good at them, you can lift a lot more weight than your upper body exercises, or an appreciable amount of weight over a big range of motion. You don't want to have to warm up for each exercise over and over again. So it'll be tempting to like rest 10 minutes after your squats and then go do whatever else is on your program. But if you keep it fast paced, you don't have to re-warm up for, like, say if you do squats, then you have to do split squats after that. I can do like the 120s on the split squats for a good amount of reps. I don't want to have to re-warm up. So right after squats, bro, unfortunately, I'm jumping right into split squats, dog, and it just is what it is. But my workouts, my leg training actually only takes like an hour, which is great. Now, if I lost you with the leg training stuff, I really love training arms as well. There's no secret behind that. My nickname is Beef Cannon Bobby. Anyway, we all know to train your arms. Contrary to popular belief, this is not new information today. And it wasn't new information like 5 or 6 years ago. That was very common for guys like Jeff Nippert, Omar Isov to say like, have an arm day. But triple arm day is a natural progression of that. And that's something that I really enjoy doing. Triple arm day comes straight out of the Beef Cannon Book of Mass. And essentially it's exactly what it sounds like. I have 3 upper body sessions per week, and I train arms, full arm days, each of those sessions. I used to do the 1 arm day per week and then like 1 or 2 arm isolations here and there on my upper body days. But once I found out that like I could just blast my arms with heavy weight, high intensity, lots of reps, multiple times per week, I ran the hype train, bro. I'm on the triple arm day hype train. All jokes aside though, one thing that I really like about the triple arm day is that all things equal, the more hard training that you can do well and recover from, the more results you're gonna get in your training. So the last thing that I'm gonna leave y'all with, and this is probably the biggest thing, like the biggest core foundation of my training right now, is that I have multiple pillars, performance metrics in my program that I treat like big strength movements, even if they're just something like a Meadows curl or a tricep easy curl press down, you know, like the easy bar that you can attach to a lat pull down, if it's something like that. Now, the reason why I say that that is really important is that it's distinctive of my BERSERK method training system. I've always really bought into performance metrics. Now, before someone says that strength doesn't matter for hypertrophy, please listen to what I'm saying to you. How strong you are relative to others is cool, but it's ultimately unimportant with regards to how strong you were relative to yourself. For me, bro, I would be freaking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if I expected to get bigger if I was not also getting stronger with the same form that I was using over a long period of time. Where do you think the muscle is going to come from, bro? So you're just going to lift the same 30-pound dumbbells all year and you're going to grow from that? What do you grow from, bro? You grow from a progression of volume, intensity, and ultimately the weight that you're lifting. Don't lift the weight at the expense of those other things, but if you're not getting stronger in a long-term sense, you're ultimately not getting bigger, and you're the freaking Eric Bugenhagen clip.
How do you not understand that you're coping right now? That's all it is.
Now, there comes a time with your training where progress will slow down on a lift or lifts or all of your lifts to the point where you need to link together several good workouts before you start to notice any appreciable progress. So before you're adding reps or adding weight, you have to go through several workouts that lead up to you then being able to do the progressive overload. That's exactly what a lot of strength training programs will account for. They account for it with the squat, bench, and deadlift. What is so different between those movements as opposed to a curl or a barbell row, a weighted pull-up, or anything that you can load pretty heavy with weight? There is no fucking difference between them. This isn't an example of a fellow who has underdeveloped arms and legs or underdeveloped muscle groups in general strength pilling you. My physique speaks for itself. Anyway, those are things that I'm really bought into and that I'm finding really good success with right now. If you want to see a sequel for this new series, or for me to make it a series, make sure, as I said, to like this video and subscribe to it. Watch these videos now that you've watched this one. Have a good day.